Hi, I'm Kendra with Where's the Moon Astrology, and today I'm talking about the moon in Cancer. Now, real quick, I'm going to just talk briefly about the difference between the sun's energy and the moon's energy. Essentially, the sun is your conscious will. This is where you're consciously putting your attention, and it's the traits that you're going to be displaying loudly and proudly. So, the energy of the sun can be a little more obnoxious. It can kind of express the traits of that sign in a more obnoxious and noticeable way. I use the word obnoxious because it is kind of obnoxious. It's very in your face. The sun can be a very in your face energy. The moon is much more subtle, and it's going to speak to your emotional nature, your emotional needs, how you express your emotions, and what you need emotionally. So, moon in Cancer. The moon in Cancer is actually at home. The moon rules the sign of Cancer, and so it's at home in the sign of Cancer. So you would think that this would be a very nice moon placement, but it actually is kind of difficult for the people who have this placement, just because it is a highly emotional, highly sensitive moon. So the plus side is that because you're highly sensitive, you can be very empathic, and you can be extremely intuitive. Cancer is a highly intuitive sign anyway. The moon is a highly intuitive the moon has a highly intuitive energy. So the moon in the sign of Cancer is going to be a highly intuitive and sensitive moon placement. But you do have the downside of that sensitive moon placement in the sense that you are going to, when you get hurt, it's gonna hit you right here, and it's gonna hit you really hard, and you're gonna tend to withdraw. The sign of Cancer um, definitely has that tendency to withdraw, and the moon in Cancer even more so. So what I've noticed about moon in Cancer is that what they tend to do, that even though Cancer is very sensitive and can be kind of indirect, they're still a cardinal sign, so they're going to act. And what I think is kind of Cancer moon's trademark is the preemptive strike. So if they think that they are going to be hurt, or they feel that things could be moving in that direction, even if they're not even headed in that direction yet, but they see the potential to get hurt, because they are so sensitive, and because you do take things so hard, um, when you do get hurt, you're more likely than other moon signs to just say, I'm cutting this off right here, right now, before it gets any further. Um, so that's definitely a tendency of Cancer moon. That's something I've seen them do a whole lot. I'm a Sag moon, so I'm sort of more of a wait and see type. If I think that there's a potential to get hurt, I'll just go ahead and let it happen, because you never know. Maybe something will change. Maybe something will, maybe it'll end up positive. Maybe we'll have a happy ending. But Cancer moon is a little more pessimistic and self-protective. So they're going to do what they need to do to make sure that um, they don't get hurt, because it really is, it can be kind of harder for them than other signs to actually experience that hurt. And so they can actually seem kind of cold and withdrawn because of that. Um, because they're just not going to invest unless they think it's worth investing in. They don't want to end up they don't want to end up with that broken heart, because it is very hard for Cancer moon to have a broken heart. As far as what they need emotionally, Cancer moon can be very sentimental. So they really have a strong connection to family. Now, if there's difficult aspects going on, family will still be a theme for Cancer moon, but it could be kind of a negative theme. If things are positive, the moon is positively aspected, and it's in good condition and everything, then Cancer moon will have this really nostalgic connection to family. They'll really care about their mother. The mother is a big thing for Cancer moon. The moon represents the mother to begin with, and Cancer is the mother. So they're going to have a very close connection to their mother typically. If it's negatively aspected, that could be a very complicated relationship with the mother, and it could be kind of a theme for them, dealing with the negative relationship with the mother. But I've noticed a lot that the mother is a theme for Cancer moon as well. The relationship with the mother, and what kind of relationship they had with their mother can have a huge impact on Cancer moon's life. So, you know, if there's like a positive family unit, um, then engaging with the family, engaging with the mother, that's going to be very, very important to the Cancer moon. That's going to be something that can really emotionally nurture them, having those family ties, strong ties to the past, to history, probably actually studying history and learning about history is going to be big for Cancer moon. Cancer energy in general loves history, I've noticed. But moon in Cancer can actually be emotionally nurtured by learning about the past and probably would be naturally good as historians and things like that. So that's going to be one thing that could really nurture Cancer moon. Again, those family ties will be very emotionally comforting to the Cancer moon. Um, and generally just close emotional relationships, you know, those sentimental ties, having people that they can really share their emotions with and feel safe to do that, that's going to be very important to Cancer moon. They never, 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 whether it's with a friendship or a romantic partnership, want to have their feelings belittled, made fun of. That's like Cancer moon's nightmare. They want to be able to share and they want to be able to share safely. As far as Cancer moon relationship with the mother, because the moon does rule um, the relationship with the mother in your natal chart. So for the moon in Cancer, the positive manifestation of the moon in Cancer mother is that there's going to be this strong emotional connection to the mother. There can be kind of, natural empathy and sympathy between the two of you. You can feel very, very emotionally close to the mother, and have this, feel like she's kind of like your rock, your foundation. There can be kind of this sense of your mother being your best friend, with the moon in Cancer, and it can be an extreme loss when you lose your mother. Um, it's very, very difficult. I actually had a friend who had moon in Cancer, has moon in Cancer, and her mother died, and it was very, very difficult to watch. I mean, everyone is going to be sad when they lose their mother, but for Cancer moon, they tend to have a very, very close relationship with the mother, and it's just a huge loss. Um, for the negative manifestation, the mother could have been somebody who is highly, highly emotional and cynical, somebody who is a bit of an emotional vampire, and she could have actually given you this moon by almost forcing you to feel her feelings. Um, what about my feelings? Been really emotionally manipulative, the negative side of Cancer, and because of that, you learned to take on the emotions of other people. And you carry that into your adult life as being somebody who's very empathic and somebody who can be very, very emotionally um, swayed by what's going on with other people emotionally. So you can take on a lot of negative energy and be victim to emotional vampires a lot with this moon placement. If your mother was somebody who kind of forced you to feel her feelings, forced you to take responsibility for her emotions a lot, which unfortunately for the negative side of Cancer moon is highly common. Anyway, that is the end of my video on the moon in Cancer. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I did want to let you know that I am now offering individual planet reports in my shop. I will leave the link in the description of this video. Essentially, it's isolating one planet in your natal chart and really looking at it in depth, even more than I would in a typical birth chart reading, just really, really in depth looking at that one planet. So I have Sun reports, Moon reports, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Chiron, and North Node, South Node reports, and I'm about to offer a Lilith report as well. So anyway, again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.